The Acolyte has been a show full of mysteries, however there's one in particular that fans have been waiting to be resolved long before the show's premiere. And that's just how the Sith infiltrated the Republic and the Jedi, in the first place to gain the power we saw in the prequels.
The First Galactic Empire!
After revisiting the first couple of episodes, I come across what is arguably the biggest clue thus far that hints at what's to come.
Confess your crime to the Jedi Council.
Before we dive in, remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoy it, and of course subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more of our Star Wars videos. Now, with all that out of the way, let's dive into the secret Sith agent in the Acolyte.
They're everywhere. I should kill you for betraying me like this.
I can make it up to you. I can get us out of this city.
And go where?
Kofar,
What the hell's Kofar?
a relaxing forest retreat in the Outer Rim, where the Wookiee Jedi lives.
You found Kelnaka?
In the twilight of the High Republic era, around about a century prior to the prequel trilogy, the Acolyte unveils a dark tale. May Anasea, a suspected Sith assassin, has unleashed a vicious assault on the Jedi who were once stationed on their own planet called Brendok 16 years earlier. On the surface, May appears to be a Sith acolyte, working for an enigmatic Sith Lord. However, it's clear that her mission's fueled by personal motivation. During an era when the Jedi are convinced of the Sith's extinction, the Sith are in fact orchestrating events from the shadows. Us as the audience are privy to a secret unknown to the Jedi. The Sith, after a millennium of scheming, are on the cusp of resurgence. The narrative foreshadows the impending doom of the Jedi in Order 66, which of course occurs in just over a century. Now, the Acolyte subtly reveals the extent of the Sith's plans, including their infiltration into the very heart of the Jedi Order and the Republic. So after rewatching the first couple of episodes, a largely unspoken about moment in episode 2 caught my attention. In an intriguing encounter, May challenges Jedi Master Torbin, convincing him to ingest the lethal bunta poison derived from her homeworld's flora, as she wasn't able to penetrate the force shield surrounding him. Now, she presented him with a harrowing ultimatum.
I offer you a choice. Confess your crime to the Jedi Council, or receive the forgiveness you seek. Right here, right now, from me.
The scene's gravity of course centres on the Jedi Master's overwhelming remorse, compelling him to choose the poison over revealing the truth of what actually took place on Brendok 16 years prior, where the entire Witch Coven met their demise. Yet, there's an additional layer to all of this that we've overlooked up until now. You see, May's insight into Master Torbin's silence to the Jedi Council about the Brendok incident reveals her intricate awareness of the Council's records. Her disdain for the Jedi would suggest she'd expect them to be overlooking the events of her homeworld, yet her remarks imply that she has access to confidential Jedi information, discerning what has, and more importantly what hasn't, been communicated to the Council. Now, simultaneously, Quaimir's knowledge, possibly sourced from the Jedi archives too, raises suspicions even more. His disclosure of Master Kelnaka's whereabouts at the secluded forest haven of Kofar indicates a breach in the Jedi's secretive protocols. I think, like Torbin, Kelnaka has withdrawn from active Jedi service, seeking solitude, given the Jedi Order's vigilance over the locations of their 10,000 strong members. Such information is not open to the public, particularly for those in seclusion. This to me suggests a deeper conspiracy within the Acolyte, where the Sith's knowledge extends into the guarded echelons of the Jedi Order. Now, May's surprise after discovering Quaimir had pinpointed Kelnaka's retreat suggests such intelligence is hard to come by and is likely only available to those on a need-to-know basis. Now, the possibility of mere chance with May surmising the Jedi's silence and Quaimir just having to be on a walk in the woods where he encounters Kelnaka's hideout seems pretty far-fetched to say the least. A more plausible explanation is the presence of a mole within the Jedi ranks, privy to the archives and disseminating secrets. But there's also the possibility this informant might have engaged in a little more than just mere information trade. They could be the ones responsible for actually altering the Jedi records themselves, removing any record of May's existence from official Jedi knowledge, hinting at a profound betrayal and manipulation within the Order itself. It's possible that the Jedi reported the Brendok incident to the Council, labelling it as an accident and keeping it under wraps, just like Anakin's covert mission to monitor Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith. Yet, this fails to clarify how Kelnaka and possibly even Torbin's whereabouts were uncovered. Of course, Osha knew of Torbin's location, but let's not forget she did used to be a Jedi herself. Now, cast your mind back to episode 1 for a moment, where Sol casually mentions Osha's twin sister to Jeki and Yord. They were taken aback, revealing that Osha's sibling was not documented in her file. Now that's a detail unbeknown even to the esteemed Jedi Masters like Vanessa Rao. Now, considering the sensitive information May and Kwai may seem privy to, it actually points to a likely betrayal within the Jedi ranks itself. And this revelation naturally forces us to think about the next mystery: who could be the informant within the Jedi? Now, at present, I'll be honest, no single Jedi figure emerges as a suspect to me, but we also have to contemplate if the source of these leaks is a Sith in disguise. Imagine a disenchanted Jedi now vowed in darkness, akin to how Palpatine shrouded his true nature throughout the prequels, or perhaps even an individual just working on behalf of the Sith. Now, recent Star Wars lore has unveiled that Palpatine orchestrated a network of spies within the Jedi Temple to scout for Imperial Inquisitor candidates. It's possible that this idea wasn't solely Palpatine's own. Maybe it was a legacy left by his master, a clandestine network predating his reign that he simply built upon. The conundrum lies in the fact that the Jedi Council records and mission logs are beyond the reach of ordinary civilians or staff. This implies the unsettling possibility of a Jedi colluding with the Sith, betraying the Order from within by granting access to its most guarded secrets. The Jedi depicted in The Acolyte diverge from their prequel counterparts, yet echoes of their future selves resonate. They exhibit a heightened emotional openness, as seen with Sol's bond with Osha, which Vanessa notices but pretty much dismisses, signalling a shift from the rigid stances of the prequels. Now, in this era, the Jedi collaborate with the Galactic Republic rather than serve it. The High Republic era is marked by Jedi mingling with civilians across the cosmos, like Master Indara casually socializing in a tavern before she was killed, contrasting with the withdrawn nature of the prequel Jedi. Star Wars has critically explored the Order's flaws, their aversion to the dark side, strict adherence to the Jedi Code, and failure to heed past lessons. Despite their imperfections though, the Jedi remain the narrative's moral compass, champions of righteousness. I think as The Acolyte Season 1 concludes, the similarities between these Jedi and their prequel-era successors will grow increasingly evident. The series promises to unravel the Sith's covert infiltration of the Republic and the Order, a process we're witnessing as restricted Jedi knowledge leaks to Kwai Mira May, and as May's very existence is expunged from records, masking her survival on Brendok, that itself is also possibly a ploy orchestrated by the Sith themselves. Jedi Order's hubris was a critical factor in their demise. Enshrouded in the glory of their millennia-long legacy, they become oblivious to the encroaching shadows. Their arrogance wasn't just systemic, it also occurred on an individual level, clouding their judgment. Their denial of the burgeoning dark side forces, a denial that persisted into the prequel era, led them to disregard the rise of Palpatine in the first place. It's probable that this same oversight allowed a betrayer to slither undetected within their midst. And for me, all of this escalates the tension to new heights. The Sith, known for their mercilessness and cunning, could very well be lurking within the Jedi's own ranks. Now, this alarming prospect is one that we can't dismiss lightly. So I want to know now, have you caught anything I've missed in the episodes that would either support or shoot down this theory? As always, drop your thoughts, theories and wildest speculations in the comments down below. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more. Thanks for clicking. I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you always.